Since someone came with a direct challenge, he had to accept it. Otherwise, it would be an insult to his training all these years. Outside, a silhouette dressed in white could be seen in the garden. It was Dustin, walking up the driveway to the villa. Numerous armed bodyguards surrounded him, trying to land an attack. However, it was pointless. They were like moths flying into a flame. With every step Dustin took, the swirling energy around him blew the guards away if they got close enough. Howls and cries of pain rang out as he walked past the sea of bodyguards nonchalantly. If they were lucky, they only sustained broken arms and limbs. The unlucky ones died instantly on impact. None were strong enough to withstand his aura. In the end, Dwayne's men could only look on from a distance. They did not have the courage to even go up to him. They could only stare at him with the eyes of looking upon a monster. Being fully trained bodyguards, they assumed that this would be a walk in the park. Who would have expected them to be completely defeated by a punk? Dustin made his way up to the villa's main doors, leaving a trail of dead bodies in his wake. Taking a deep breath, he roared, "Dwayne, come out and meet your maker. Dwayne, come out and meet your maker." Dustin's roar of anger echoed through the villa like a clap of thunder. When Dwayne heard this contemptuous challenge, he was furious. "Which idiot is dumb enough to cause trouble on my property?" Dwayne thought as he rushed out in a hurry. However, when he saw Dustin in a distance, he couldn't help but be taken aback. "It's you, Dustin? Weren't you arrested? How did you escape?" He had bribed Mr. Gardner to arrest Dustin and detain him in the interrogation room. Even if Natasha were to intervene, she couldn't have helped him escape. "Was it you who framed me for the crime?" Dustin demanded coldly. "Since you are already here, it means that you know the answer to your question. You're right, I am the one who framed you. However, you only have yourself to blame. I had to go to such lengths because you did not appreciate the chances that I have given you." Dwayne smirked. "At the very least, you confessed to your crime. Now, I'll give you a chance to redeem yourself. If you cripple yourself voluntarily and leave Swinton for good, I will not exact my vengeance against you." Dustin sawed indifferently. "Cripple myself? Leave Swinton?" Dwayne was initially stunned when he heard this. After a moment, he roared with laughter. "Punk, have you gone crazy? Who do you think you are? If it weren't for Natasha, do you think you could stand there and threaten me with your words?" Dwayne assumed that somehow, Natasha must have found a way to save Dustin. "If that's the case, you're not going to comply?" Dustin's expression grew stern. "Kid, it seems like I don't understand the situation. You were the one who trespassed into my property. If I killed you here right now, no one would say anything. Of course, I'm not one to hold grudges. As long as you give me the prescription for the Gemafen, I'll consider letting you go." Dwayne narrowed his eyes meaningfully. "It's you who are unaware of your precarious state." Dustin shook his head and gave Dwayne a pitiful look. "I know you have great strength, punk. However, brute strength is not everything." Dwayne smirked and drew his sword. "I wasn't fully prepared during our last duel. The reason I lost that time was that my forte is in sword fighting and not bare-handed martial arts." "Well then, come at me with all you've got." Dustin gestured for Dwayne to make the first move. "Arrogant prick. Let's see if you can withstand my attack after training for 20 years. With that, Dwayne struck a pose, extending his arm. He aimed his glittering sword at Dustin's chest as he flew towards him at the speed of light. However, Dustin did not dodge. Without a word, he intercepted the attack by gripping the blade with merely 2 fingers. Vibrations from the rebounding force caused the blade to bend in on itself. What? Dwayne was utterly shocked at the sight. Never in his dreams could he imagine that a full-blown attack could be stopped with bare hands. Furthermore, Dustin only used 2 fingers. What could be happening? Before Dwayne could regain his composure, Dustin flicked his fingers. The bent sword broke into 1,000 pieces. Dwayne was thrown back from the impact, and he staggered backward, his face stricken with fear. His prowess in sword fighting seemed like child's play as compared to Dustin's abilities. With just a single move, Dwayne was completely defeated. Who are you? How could you have such immense powers?